So Brad, you know you're a widely successful influencer in the fitness industry, but what do you think is the hardest part of being you?
Um, it was like I just said, like I just went to the whole spa and I kind of more found myself on what it is. It's people expecting you. It still is hard for me right now. It's hard because you want to please everyone on what they want, not sorry what you makes yourself happy. And it's hard because there's people, for myself, for example, I get a lot of hate from people for no reason at all, from them not knowing who I am. And I feel that's like the battle of people in life. We all give ourselves a thought of what we think it is. Like, oh, hey, that girl is so badass, but dude, she could be battling something within here. Just because you show something, it doesn't. So we're just giving our own opinion on things when we know nothing about it. And it's hard for me myself to not listen to those things when they're constantly being thrown at me. And that I feel that's a really hard battle for myself to deal with, that I do deal with, but I understand what I stand for. I'm a good man. I care about people. I love working out. So at all times, I just go back to my reason why and who I am, what I stand on. And that makes me feel better at all times.
What kind of hate do you get from social media?
On social media, hate, and just people have always thought I lift fake weights because I'm extremely strong. The style of the way I lift, when I'm lifting for myself, I'm not lifting for anyone else. So why are people trying to hate on me for what I'm doing and I love? And honestly, I'm doing the same thing they're doing. If they're lifting weights and I'm lifting weights and you're hating on me lifting weights, then you're hating on the same thing that you're doing. And it's just a battle within myself to not care what they think. But then I always go back to my reason why, that I just love working out. I know I'm a good person, but I have a battle for myself of like posting things sometimes on caring what people think. And I still do to this day. And I got to tell myself that don't care, Bradley, just post. They're going to hate regardless. So for myself, it's just overcoming that fear of what they're going to say, when they're going to say bad regardless. But at the point I'm at now is I want to be the change to these people's opinions. That's where I'm at now. The 2020 Bradley is, hey, respond to them with love. Respond to them with positive.
Even when they hate.
Even when they hate. I have people write me DMs and I see the DM they write me without them understanding I write it, or they tag me in their video or tag me in a story. I'll go to their page and go love on something. I'll go love on a picture with them and their family. Hey, beautiful family. They go and delete that thing because I understand that they're not meaning to do it. It's something just within, they do a split second without thinking about it. And it's that easy to go boom, 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 you're done, move on. When they're actually not meaning it. And I feel like I want to be that change within the industry now. Bradley today is not Bradley last year. Bradley today is wanting to be positive, share love, come from the within, like here. And it makes me feel better now when I've seen the change they make. I'm like, oh my God, they just deleted that story and put, hey, Bradley put love on my page. Like, he went from a hate comment, this guy's a douchebag, and then they delete that within minutes, screenshot this thing and say, Brad's putting some love on my page. It's just showing that they're confused. They need some leadership. They need some direction. And I realized this, I listen to motivation videos every day to help me overcome things. And so I'm on the same boat. For me being as a fitness influencer, I feel like I'm just a normal guy that's dealing with the same issues, and I'm just trying to relate to people and help them along the way, because I do the same things every day and have to be recorrected sometimes.
Did anybody, I mean, you mentioned social media. Did anybody ever try to hate on you in person, like at the expo or anywhere that you in the gym
like
or something?
I've had a couple people at the expos come up to me, and I just more walk away from it. I don't have time for that because I'm there for a different reason. I'm there for my fans. I'm there to motivate people. Like I have more to lose in life. Like growing up, and I got in fights and I did things stupid and I regret doing it. And I want to help people not make those same regrets and same mistakes, because stupid little mistakes can miss opportunity, put you in a bad position for the rest of your life. So I feel like people just need a little bit of a leadership. And these days there's a lot of lack of leadership in the right direction within the industry. I feel like where other leaders in this industry are going and bashing back at people. When they need to
Happens a
show the
lot,
proper, and that's just showing little kid actions, boyish. A real man goes and separates the situation and solves the problem. Where I've seen on different situations online where this guy sees a fight over there, he goes up and breaks up the situation. Or for my daughter, for instance, she learned this at a young age, and I'm happy. She was this last month ago, got in a fight with a boy at school. Some boy choked her out.
Wow.
And all her friends said that they would have helped her. You know what they did? They put their phones up. So my daughter, she's safe, but you know what the learning experience was? That, hey, the people around you actually don't care about you. So I just feel like within now, like people need to care about other people and care. And I just want to be that influence in this industry. And a lot of people are influencing people and not teaching them the right things that make those people stronger. I just feel like, and that's the difficulties that I have on finding my why, on how I can touch people. Before it was like crazy Brad lifting, let's just get the show. But what am I actually doing for them? I had to find my reason why. And I did that this year. I found my reason why, to help them, to better them, to make them feel better, to inspire them, to give them more hope, to give them more power, to lighten their light, to energize their mind, to energize them, not dim them. I listened to a video. It was like, what are the people around us doing for us? Are they influencing us in a good way or a bad way? Are they energizing us or dimming us? What are they doing when I come in contact with them? How are they making me feel? What are we talking about? The past events, present, or future?
Right.
And I'm like, well, Bradley, what are you doing for your people? What are you doing? So I now, as a person, I've more found out what my reason why is for them. And before, I really didn't have that. So it was battling the wrong as an influencer. What I was doing was more of just to be like, I wasn't doing it for the right reason. I didn't have a solid reason. So now I do. And that's like, I'm stronger today than I was last year, 100%. And I've had a lot of downfalls, like losing a lot of friends for me having a following. They think I'm somebody different when I'm like, I'm the same guy, man. Now I'm lonely without you guys. Sometimes it's a lonely road, but actually it shows you who actually cares about you and who doesn't when you go through the process of life and improving yourself.
Do you think people are jealous of you?
100%. For no reason. When I've worked really hard for where I'm at, I've never stopped. I've been working hard. I've had loss of friendships, loss of jobs, loss of companies. I got my truck repoed a year ago because I lost my company. I lost a whole bunch of money. It hasn't been easy, but I've been not stopping. I haven't slipped a step. I'm just, let's keep going. So for them to be jealous of it is because they're not fulfilling what they think they should be doing. It's their own fault. It's like a man shaking your hand and squeezing it because I'm real big. It's like, dude, that just showed you how insecure you are. You didn't show respect. Like, I show respect, like I said, when I went to those expos when I was young and I saw a position for me in the industry was because they didn't show respect back. They were in it for the wrong reasons. And that's when I saw my light to be here. Like, I saw an opportunity for me to help people. Yeah, maybe I lost a little bit of the reason why because I didn't know how to write captions necessarily to do all these things. And I had people influence me in the wrong ways. But during all that process, strengthened me for the reason why I'm here today. And showed me where not to do, what to do. It was the just the balance of to create this greatness, what I'm about to create. And I was not willing to talk to anyone until after that spa. I was scared to tell my story, scared to stand on my faults, scared to tell people I lost my company, scared of all that. But it actually makes me who I am today. So as being an influencer of today, it's a lot of just self-doubt. And now I have more confidence of my doubts from the past that I've overcome. And that just makes me who I am today as an influencer, as stronger. And I feel a lot of the influencers out there are representing something that they truly aren't. And I feel like they need to wake up. They need to be who they really are. Stop, just do you and be you. And that's going to make you more actually unique because we're all unique.
Do you think there's a lot of negative some people believe that there's a lot of negativity in the fitness industry, especially on social media. Do you see it happening? Do you see it getting worse or better?
I believe it's getting better than it was maybe before in the sense of expos and the people that are It's hard to say. There's people that are still in the industry. I know, I see them, that honestly aren't true to helping other people. They're very selfish. I see it. I stay away from it. I don't watch a lot of other people, but there is people that have overcome probably a lot of things but in life, there's levels to it. So as people who are watching and who they're looking at, they actually have to really see the trueness on why that person is influencing them. Is it good or bad? And if it's not in a necessarily good way, why even have them influence you?
There's a lot of big influencers in the game, right? And people follow them for different reasons. Why do you think people follow you? What makes you unique from other influencers, you think, in the game?
I really feel people have followed me for reasons of my most powerful side. I feel my most powerful side is just coming out. My love, passion, and wanting to help people. And a lot of people followed me maybe because I was real strong and I was had real athletic. But I'm ready to show them the most powerful side. It's the inside, not the outside of Bradley. It's not my body. It's my inside of who I am, caring about people as a man. Real men want to bring people up. Boys stress out about the boys down here, but men bring people up. And if you're bringing people down, that means you should not be a leader and you're not a real influencer. You've gotten to the top for the wrong reasons. Like as if I didn't find my reason why now and I was a leader, because I feel like influencers should influence people for a positive reason, to overcome things, to empower you, to make you feel better, to keep you motivated. But if they're not doing that and they're influencing, like for instance, there's people out there that come to the people and try and bring people to problems to the industry. That's not an influencer. That's just someone trying to, and that will fade off. I feel my strength now will never fade, ever fade. Like I feel like I'm in concrete now, what I've found. And I feel like I've found a light that I can give to every person, not even in the fitness industry, and men and children and women all over, just empowering them with more light and more energy. And energy is everything to me. I feel like energy is what separates us. It's what we all need. We all need energy. We all drink stuff to like do things. And I just feel there's people out there doing it for the wrong reasons. It just comes down to the wrong reasons, and people jump on the wrong wrong wagon. They really do. And a lot of people jump on hate. It's easy to hate on somebody. It really is. And very easy. Very easy. Especially if it's like not understanding the situation or reading it wrong. You're gonna just see it in the way those people put it, and that's kind of where I was hated on for so long. I was happy to put my side out there because I just lifted and I did all these crazy things, and people think I'm trying to be better than people when I'm not better than anyone. I just love working out. And I do these booms lightweight because I'm so fucking pumped up. I just did it. And it still pumps me up. But people were like, oh, he thinks he's badass because he took his shirt off and walking around. No, I'm overcoming something that you guys have no clue about. I'm proud of this. I've worked 22 freaking years for this. I should be proud of it. And someone should be proud of them working out for 6 weeks. They should rip their shirt off for working out for 6 weeks, because it's not easy to work out for 6 weeks. At every level, we should be appreciating people. And I feel like some people just think that they should be appreciated if they're just at the greatness, when it's like they all should be like that. And that's what a real influencer is. Someone that influences people at all levels.
You mentioned to me earlier that you chose a natural bodybuilding route. Do you think when people see your physique, do you think they believe you, or they doubt that you're natural?
I think they doubt it instantly, like this, like right away. It's the first thing they think. And I go, and at the point I'm at, I stand on it. I'm like, go take whatever you want. You'll never create this off of taking steroids. It takes hard, dedicated work and working out properly. Like I feel like I'm one of a kind, one of one in the industry. I take my shirt off even more now because I'm more confident with my shirt off, and I'm proud. I'm proud because I worked hard for this. And people, I think, I want to show people that, look at all these people out there trying to take stuff and there's nothing close to this. I don't want to take, like, this is 22 dedicated years of every day. And there's not many people in this world that have worked out 22 straight years, nonstop, for 22 straight years. There's people out there who only worked out for 15 years. So, and it's been a gradual increase. Like you guys, I just showed you some pictures over there of me at 18 years old. Right. I'm just an enlarged version of that 18-year-old body because of more dedicated years of more quality of understanding how diet works, quality foods. Some people think you could take something that's blow up with water weight, and then it's like, look at what I did, I'm all veined out. But that's not gonna, that goes away. And you're gonna kill themselves. There's people that have died in this industry. So a lot of people think you could take something to become that, and it doesn't work that easy. I don't want anyone to think that you can just go take steroids and become this. This takes years and years and years of hard, dedicated work.
Do you think some influencers, they actually lie about being natural? Like they take stuff, but they say they're natural for whatever reason, for their image or whatever.
I really don't pay attention to other people actually, but they probably could. You know what I mean? I think they could be the size. I don't really pay attention to who's natural, who isn't, or who says they're on something or who says they're not. But a lot of people lie. A lot of people say they take things, they haven't taken things. The main thing is you want to be healthy. And you don't want to be going and taking a whole bunch of stuff just to die in 10 years just for a reason of not being happy. Honestly, like, a body is going to take years. They say you can gain 15 to 18 pounds of solid muscle maybe a year. And then I hear about these guys gaining 40 pounds in a year, and I'm like, bro, like, that's not right. So honestly, like, you just got to be smart about it and educate yourself on whatever you're doing. Don't go listen to just some guy that's trying to sell you something to think that you're going to become that. This was 22 dedicated years. So if you're at 2 years, my response is this. When people are like, they try and say stuff, and I'm like, well, how long have you worked out? They say 4 years. Well, you got a long ways, 18 more years to go. So it's just honestly telling them the facts of how a body works, and no body can change overnight. So if it does, maybe you're taking something crazy. And that's not what anyone should do. And unless you're willing to put your body at risk and your health at risk and put your family and friends at risk of losing you, like, you have more care in overall and no health. I wouldn't want anyone to go take something just to look a certain way. I really wouldn't. I'm all about health, 100%. Drink lots of water, eat proper, train right, sleep right. It takes the proper steps to get a quality physique. And
It's okay. All good.
But there probably is people out there lying, 100%.
Do you think, you know, some people out there, some influencers out there, right? They use their platforms to actually educate about steroids, right? They openly inject steroids, like guys like Tony Huge, like Rich Piana used to do, right? They're very open about their steroid use. And they claim that their ways is to educate people on how to do it, and they think steroids are the way to go. Do you think it's dangerous what they're doing?
100%, because I can teach anyone in this industry how to work out at any level of working out. I feel like I've created my physique off of my ways of working out. No steroid will create this body. It's the ways I've worked out, the way I do my workouts. It's the style. It's like on Instagram. I was telling somebody earlier that, you know, those things on Instagram that have check marks and X on right and wrong on workouts. I pretty much think my workouts are almost all the X's. But look at my results. Mine are all the wrong ways to the experts that they think that working out for 5 years that they can go and educate people. So there's a lot of people out there educating people with no education. I know who Tony Hughes is. He does not look like this. Not even close. So whatever he is doing isn't what I'm doing. And I wouldn't go and tell people what doing something like that and the body can change that fast. That's just wrong. That's completely wrong because nobody can change that fast.
You mentioned to me in a previous interview that we did that at some point in your career they gave you a long list of steroids you got to take to get to the professional level, right? Remember you told me that?
Yeah.
You chose not to go that route.
100%.
How do you think your career would have went if you chose to take it? What do you think would have happened to you now if you would have, at that point, you would have went that route?
I wouldn't be where I'm at. I would have less education because the route I went was back to college and I learned a lot more how to speak in front of people and my right. No, I don't have any regrets on things happen for a reason. I never think that things don't happen for a reason. I went back to school to educate myself, even though it was going back to school to play football, but I got education out of it. But it was almost ridiculous. It was a ridiculous number of stuff. It was outrageous, and I probably could be a lot unhealthier. I didn't do it because of my children. I was like, I don't want to die. There's no reason you can put all this stuff in there and think that's healthy for a body. A body can only change so much, and you can't just think that it's going to change by taking like some cartoonish character, boom, and put some stuff in there, and then you blob up, and that could be any kind of health, rightness. That's really unhealthy, 100%. No body should go and look like that, honestly. Like, I'm freaking maxed out. I'm maxed out. Like, I can't get, like, I'm pretty maxed out. Like, my body right here is what it was years ago. People are like, Brad, you're the same for 4 straight years. Right? Yeah, I am. I can't change anymore. My body's maxed out. Unless I go and can take a whole bunch of shit, then I'm going to go and create a physique that I don't like. And then I'm going to have that muscle anorexia and be uncomfortable with what I just created. Because I like where I'm at. So a lot of people are creating stuff and taking things and creating a physique that's not even a right physique. And then their bodies don't necessarily build properly. No, this is 22 dedicated years of hard work. And the reason I'm still in the game and I'm still doing what I'm doing is because I've done things the right way, and it takes time. And people can take things. There's people at older ages that take testosterone by their doctors at a certain age, or you stop producing testosterone.
To bring it to natural levels, though, right?
Yeah, 100%. At the right levels.
Right.
Stay right. Stay human. Stay how you should be. And then you'll be here. Keep your mind right. Not lose your family. Not lose your mind. Not lose your confidence in what you have. Not lose your manlyhood, or whatever people talk about. Coming up to me is like, hey, Brad, have you ever not can't get it up anymore? No, I can get it up no matter what, every day, all day. I'm a real man. Like, bro, like, I can't relate to that. There's no relation to that when they come up to me, or people come up to me and go, oh, I'm on this trend and this. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? That doesn't get you to this. I don't know what you're talking about. That's going to make you all fucked up in the head. Right. So keep things at a normal level. Go to a right person. Don't overtake things. Keep things natural to the most part. As honestly, you could build a quality physique naturally, 100%. And you're going to build a physique that you actually like. Where these other people are trying to do things for the wrong reasons. I just say do things for the right reasons for yourself and for the long term of the people around you. Don't be dying.
Do you think pro bodybuilding in the future should be regulated, tested for steroids like other professional sports?
Yeah, like, I'm not in the bodybuilding industry because it's so much outrageous. Like, that's why I quit. That's why I stopped bodybuilding. That's why I went to football, because I felt like that wasn't something that I wanted to become. When they showed me that list of stuff, I was like, oh my God, this isn't right. I think it got to a point, it's just too big. Like, honestly, like, look where I'm at. This is what a bodybuilder's body should look like. My size, proper physique, how it used to be, and it should be regulated 100%. 100%.
Some people believe that if that happens, then the fans no longer want to go and see that type of show.
Honestly, how many fans are actually going and seeing the show compared to influencers? I feel like there's a lot more influencers have bigger followings than a lot of the
absolutely, of course,
the big time guys. So they're honestly, yeah, you want to go see freak show stuff. Maybe not myself. I don't. That doesn't appeal to me at all. Zero. It doesn't appeal. It's more mutation. It's more cartoonish. I have pictures that my friend just sent me right now, and I'm like, holy shit, that's what I look like? Like, damn, dude, that's the look that people want. Sculpted little muscles, not big blobs. Sculpted little muscles, like an art piece. I'm an artist. Like, the detail of things, that separates you. And I feel like that's what separates me. I have these small ass muscles that I've worked extremely hard to show. And now it's like, that's what separates me at the eye. More people rather look the way I look than they want to look like those big time bodybuilders. Even though I inspired to be like them, it motivated me in the gym side. But then actually you get next to them when they're off cut, when they're not as cut, and they go to normal size. This is like normal size for me, and then I go cut up and I can look like a gnarly. I think a human body at my height should not weigh 300 pounds, 280 pounds. I'm like 250 pounds max at 5'10". That's pretty maxed out. I worked out 22 straight years. I feel like I'm maxed out.
Right.
But how does a guy go weigh 220, 320? It's like, it's just
Crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And the general average height is like 5'8", 5'9".
Who?
Something. The general height of a bodybuilder is like 5'8".
Oh yeah, so they're even, and they're weighing that number 260
Right.
or whatever it is. So, but whatever makes you happy. If that makes you happy, go do you and be you. I'm not going to stop anyone or discredit anyone for what they're doing. They can go and do them. I'm just saying what makes myself happy and what I believe in, and what I feel the general public wants to see. My look on being leaner and tighter is people like a lot more.
Do you think that's the reason why maybe bodybuilding is not becoming more mainstream? Because general people don't want to see that type of show, that type of physiques.
It's become, what was that?
Do you think the bodybuilding is not becoming mainstream?
Oh, 100%.
Because the general audience don't want to see that.
Yeah, they don't want to see that mutated. They think you're just taking steroids. Simple as that. They're like, oh, you're going to get like that without hard, dedicated work. You can just go take steroids that look like that. That's what they're thinking. When it takes hard, dedicated work still, it takes the same amount of work, I feel, but you're able to just fill it, or even the synthol stuff or whatever people put in their bodies. Like, it's you're not going to look like this taking that stuff.
Right.
And you're not. And that's why I can go to every expo and I rip my damn shirt off and I'm looking gnarly all day. Because I feel like, but that's why I do it. Because I feel like people need to do the right thing. Stretch, eat right, drink lots of water, do the proper diet all year long. If you can't do it all year long, you just need to take something. It doesn't look right, and it's not going to last. But I feel like there's some crazy stuff out there. I've seen people change overnight, and I'm like, what the hell? They must... I don't know how they do it. I don't know. I'm not educated in the sense of what out there and like on the high levels of stuff. Like, I feel like there is people out there taking stuff. Like I'm saying, you want to keep your levels right. You don't want to be not being able to be a man and get your shit up, whatever. You know what I mean? So if you're not having those issues, like maybe some things have gone wrong. Or this guy the other day had said some stuff to me, and he told me what he was taking, and he was just taking like vials of stuff to put inside his body. Like that can't even seem right to me. It just as a human being, like how do you just think that you're gonna put something in your system that it's right? You know what I mean? Like I don't believe in that. 100% not. I'm not saying not to take stuff to have a boost, but because I've taken things. I told you earlier that like who knows what those pro hormones was I was taking. Right. Who knows what it could have been the gnarliest thing out there. But I wasn't really thinking, you know what I'm saying? And I took things. But 100% I'm not taking things to like the extreme of what people are. And they need to downgrade whatever they're doing. Because look at me. I'm getting to the point I'm at. I don't change. And I'm like this every day, all year. And I don't change. And I'm not taking anything. So
if your son will come to you when he's, let's say, 18 years old, and he'll tell you that he'll tell you like he wants to become a pro bodybuilder and compete, would you discourage him from doing it?
No, not at all. I would tell him that he needs to build a proper physique and not become... I would ask him if he wants to look like that. Like, do you want to look like that and be unmobile, not be able to wipe your ass, not be able to touch your back? Like, I would ask him what his goals are. I always ask people what their goals are. What is your end goal? And I'll help you get to your end goal. Because I know your end goal isn't to look like that. Because then I tell them, well, hey, do you want to run? Do you want to go on hikes? Do you want to be able to hang out with your kids for the rest of your life? A body is to be healthy, and we have one body. And that's why I stopped doing bodybuilding, because I understood that the direction it would have gone when I looked at that list of stuff, it scared me. I was like, no way I'm going to start taking all this stuff. There's just no way. And I quit. I went to football. I went back to working. And I was just like, this isn't my direction. So I would tell people not to go the direction on what people are trying to tell them online and listen to the people that don't even look the way they want to look.
Who is your biggest competition right now?
Just myself.
But it's got to be other influencers that you compare yourself to, or that you feel like you have to...
I don't look at anyone.
You don't follow anybody?
I don't follow anyone to look at them at all. At all. I just look at myself. I want to be leaner. I want to be tighter.
I don't mean as far as the look, but as far as, everybody's sort of... We're all a part of the same industry, right? So
I don't even feel I'm part of the industry. I feel I'm the only outcast in the industry.
You feel like an outcast?
An outcast.
Why do you feel like that?
I just feel like I'm in it for the different reasons. I'm in it for I don't compete. I just want to help other people around me. I want to inspire people. I have family. I have kids. The other day at the expo, like a whole bunch of people come up to me like, "Hey, come lift with us at this whole Youth Change Day tomorrow." I was like, "Bro, I have kids at home. I got to go home too. I got work. I lift for myself. I don't lift like I don't need to go live with you guys. Like it's not my thing. I don't even connect myself with the other influencers really. I'm more here to help people and inspire them to do what I do and like help them through the process of what I'm doing. And a lot of these guys, like I said, they're trying to compete against me when I should be their ally. And I'm not going to go and work out with someone that wants to compete.
To outlift you?
Yeah. I have no reason for that.
That happens to you a lot?
A lot. It's like the number one thing.
Number one thing.
Number one thing.
That's crazy.
And I have no interest in that. I have no injuries. I have no injuries. How many people that lift like I do have no injuries?
There's a lot of injuries on there.
A lot of injuries on them.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I just battle against myself, staying right. Keep Bradley's mind right. Stay against myself. If I go out there and try and live with them, they're going to try and get me to hurt myself because they're going to try and get me out of my rhythm. Stay on rhythm. Stay on track. Stay on the wave. Keep my son right. Keep my daughter right. Teach them that it's about helping people and influencing others and not about beating people and winning. You're winning like in the competition world. It's like you're winning by getting up there. You're winning by overcoming something.
Now, you mentioned the accusation of fake weights, right? You mentioned that happens to you. How did it even start happening? Like, how did that come about?
Just me, because I'm extremely strong, but the style of lifting I have, I started getting like bench press. Like I would get assisted bench press. And like in fitness and in bodybuilding or in powerlifting, I've seen it happen. When you're bench pressing, you're going to tear something when it stops. You go, or pull down, it's going to pop. You know what I mean? So if you don't ever have a stopping point, you're never going to hurt yourself. So if you always have an assisted spot, if you always really have somebody there, or you know when you're about to stop, you just go back down, you're good to go. I'm an example of it. I've never popped a chest. I've never torn a bicep. You see me going crazy lifts, but the reason I lift right is because, like for example, you're gonna tear a bicep if you constantly curl like this. And then what happens is when you lift heavy and you go to this point right here, and then pop. But if you always lift to full extension like this, how's it gonna tear? It's not gonna tear. But if you constantly lift like this and you stop here with that weight and then the heavy weight goes to here, it's gonna pop. So just my style of lifting, assisted lifts, or I can go curl some crazy weight, but I know when not to continue to pull. Where people are ego lifting to be like, I'm out of the game. I like ego lifting, but I'm not going to do it to a point of popping my arm.
Oh, of course. So when you hear the accusations, I mean, do you care?
Oh, I don't care at all. Actually, it's a compliment. It's a compliment. It's showing me that I'm next level. I actually was laughing about it last night. I'm stretching and I'm on my live feed and everyone's writing fake. And I was like, isn't it just so fucking, tell my friend, isn't it just so badass, dude, that like fake lifts is Brad Castleberry. Fake lifts is Brad Castleberry. Like they've actually signaturized me. They've actually made me one of a kind.
It's crazy.
They did that for me. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone knows me. Everyone knows me as, but then when they come see me, I'm a good man. I care about people. I love everyone around me and I want them to do better. So it doesn't make me, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, damn, like I must be doing something right if they're tripping out that hard or talking about me. I have a good physique. I know who I am. I know what I stand on, and that's all that matters. I want to tell them like it's just them bringing it down. Like it's just weakness. It's showing themselves to bring. It's like how are they gonna say I lift fake weights when I look like this? How are you gonna say that I haven't put the hard, dedicated work in? You're trying to discredit my hard work, dude. You're not gonna phase it, but it's making me look at you as a weaker man. It's like the handshake type of thing. When they squeeze my hand, it just discredits yourself.
They come to you and squeeze your hand?
Yeah, like people, like when they see me or they do some things when they try and meet me and they want to squeeze your hand hard or like try and, it's like, dude, this mutual respect.
Yeah.
And dude, I just compliment them. How could I hate on someone that has put hard, dedicated work in? As a man myself, it took hard work to get that vein to pop out. It took hard work to get that trap. It didn't just pop out there. It took hard work. And as who I am, I understand that and I respect that. Regardless if they're negative, I still respect what you've done. But a lot of people just, a lot of people are just bullies, man. A lot of people are just trying to think they're better than people when we're all here trying to survive. We have bills every month. I have my kids and family, and I'm just doing the best I can every day. And that's just like what I stand on. As long as I keep doing that, that's who makes me who I am.
When you see negative comments, let's say, I know you mentioned before you bring positivity, but do you ever have to like just kind of block people to walk away from it?
Yeah, like I don't really do it now. Like I try and say stuff to it, or I try not to show weakness and delete them. That's just showing myself as like giving in. And I'd rather just give them like a thumbs up or something, or a muscle or 100, and just show them, hey, I see you, but you're not phasing this. I just don't want to ever change direction for anyone. I don't go lift for anyone else. I do things that are for my family, my friends, and my supporters. That's what I'll do things for. I'll never change direction for anyone else for their own reasons to try and bring me down or try and bring me to go lift weights for themselves and to try to prove a point. 100%. I can go work out with anyone in this industry and teach them how to make themselves better. It's not about strength. It's about actually lifting right and getting right and doing what makes you better. Like, I'm an artist. I feel like I'm a sculptor. I can sculpt any physique. I've never been a power lifter. I just lift heavy weight. I'm an artist.
Did you ever think about competing in powerlifting?
I've only done it once, and I have no interest in competing. Zero. At all. All those guys are pushing the 2.5 pounds extra to just tear an arm. It's just, but I don't discredit them. It's just not my interest. I love watching it. It's freaking beast mode. Like, go get it. But I rather, at the point of my career, I did that side. I went and lifted those crazy weights. I went and almost put myself at injuries. But at the point I'm at, I've matured and gotten past that, and I've created a physique with more of a style and of a artistic side that I feel is more of a separation. Like, I'm like, why don't I just go? So I started to go in that direction of starting to be like all super hard crazy in lifting, and got all crazy, lifting bad, eating like all this milk and all these crazy foods. Dude, I just started feeling like a big blob, and I started getting uncomfortable and started getting more insecure in my head. So then I started being like, what makes Bradley happy? Let's shrink it down. And then I could see it. People didn't like that. The real fans didn't like the crazy lifting. They rather see like the sculptness of Bradley. And that's the real Bradley, what I've always been, a bodybuilder, artist, just lifting weights for keeping my back side of my body even, keeping it symmetrical, staying athletic, staying functional, not losing my abilities. And that's what makes me who I am. And I never wanted to lose who I was. And I started to listen to the other people and went that direction when I started to lose myself. And now I gotten myself back to what makes me happy and what makes me strong. And strong from within, not strong from without. I'm strong from within now. And like, it's almost like all those people, I think this last expo in right here at the LA Fit was my best expo because I was strong from within. And every person that saw me saw the new Bradley, and they were like, this is the Bradley we like. And I was like, this is the Bradley I like. This is the Bradley I like. I just want people to do what makes themselves happy. Don't do it for other people. And sometimes we lose direction sometimes and have to be re-corrected or shooken up. Like, wake up. And that's just what I want to be sometimes for other people. Like, what is your goal? Come over here. Like, when they come into my line, like, what is it? Like, there was a big guy trying to weigh me. He's like, how much do you weigh? Does it matter? Do you look like me? Everyone out here, who do you want to look like? Does it matter what we weigh? Does it matter? Let's see you touch your arms behind your back. He didn't put that part on his YouTube. I was like, I weigh 400 pounds. Who wants to weigh 400 pounds? Look like this, you know what I mean? And I'm flexing. And I was like, you want to stay mobile, you want to stay flexible, you want to stay right in your mind. What keeps you guys right in your mind? Doing what makes you happy. Staying human-like. Staying young. Staying healthy, being like what we used to do, run around with my kids. I never want to not be able to run around with my kids. That's what makes me happy, and I'm trying to spread to other people what make me happy, because we're all related. They're all men like me.
Who's your average fan? When people come see you, like, how would you describe your average fan that's a fan of Brad Castleberry?
They just love my positive. I think or you asked me earlier what, like, why people like me. Mm-hmm. And why people like me, they tell me, is because you never even give your haters a chance to give them anything. Mm-hmm. That's why they're like, and I feel like I've overcome, because so many people engage and change back and forth. And people love that I've never, ever, ever responded to them
with aggression,
with anything like that. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, no. Even though I'm a and I'll beat anyone's ass, you know, I'm gonna people up. But it's like, why even go to that point? Right. I'll do that to protect my family. You know what I mean? If I have to. I'm a grown man. That's like what I did when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that's this kid. I'm a grown man now. I'm an adult. I'm at a corporate level. You guys are not I'm at corporate level now. You guys are still down here when you guys are talking like that. Mm-hmm. So I've just raised my standards, actually, and that's just what I'm about. And people love that, because most of the people want to be at corporate level. They want to have greatness. They want to have nice cars. Don't engage to the nonsense, because that's not going to take you to the top. Mm-hmm. Focus on the direction you want to be, and don't look left or right, look up. And that's like what people I feel love about me, that I'm always focused on my goal and focused on the direction of being better, mm-hmm. not focused on like people that are trying to bring us down. Mm-hmm.
You mentioned you had a business, downfall last year, right?
Yeah.
That was news to me. I didn't know that, actually.
Okay.
But what exactly happened, and how did you bounce back from that?
It took me a long time, but so I had a company. It was Castleberry Nutrition. I started that because I wanted it to be, when I had my first supplement company, it was Electrify Nutrition. Mm-hmm. But then my following started growing so big, I was like, dude, I might as well use my name to boost it. Mm-hmm. So I started a supplement company. It was Castleberry Nutrition. I had 2 products, and I was doing really well. I love the products. They're really good. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to expand, so I didn't really have a lot of capital. So I went and a person I've known for a long time, tried to partner with them local in San Diego right here. Mm-hmm. And they pretty much, I felt like they were just some scumbags, dude. Some bad people. Every meeting, they would they would talk crap on people. They would talk crap about the haters, all this nonsense, and they weren't focused on. They were just like these men that were children from the inside. Mm-hmm. Grown men, like big bodybuilder guy, just insecure with himself. He mm-hmm. has just body morphia, body anorexia himself. He does, 100%. Mm-hmm. He's insecure with himself. Mm-hmm. I felt like they partnered with me to destroy my company. They were just like, honestly, like they just didn't want to.
They invested into you, and then
they got their money back, and then instead we're done.
And they stopped funding the company.
Yeah, and left me hanging with a family. On December 3rd, right before Christmas, I had nothing. My truck, I didn't even have money.
That was last year, right?
Last year, Christmas, yeah. Didn't have money for Christmas. I didn't have money for my car payment. I didn't have money for my house. I almost lost my house. I lost my truck. It got repoed. I lost everything.
While already being a successful influencer, people know you as Brad Castleberry, and this was happening to you in the midst of
I didn't even let them know. I didn't let anyone. I was afraid to tell people.
Right.
I was insecure about telling people when I could have told people and been like, dude, I didn't tell one person. And it went by, and then I was just, I got sponsored by Bang Energy Drink, and it boosted me back up, got me back on track, and taught me a lot. Got me to be, it didn't fix anything mentally. I was lost.
But financially it helped you.
Financially, it put me on track. But all of those things taught me to who I am. When I had the supplement company, I wasn't really for my fans. Mm-hmm. I really wasn't. I was a different Bradley. I just built this thing out of nowhere, and I wasn't for my fans. So then I lose my company, and I'm like, shit, what do I do? And it was like real, like honestly, like I don't know if you've ever had anything taken from you, like a repo. It's not a good feeling, dude. In front of your family, your kids.
Terrible.
It's a terrible feeling. It's the worst thing of your life. And it was like, dude, I was like crying forever, crying for days, and lost, no friends. It really shows you who your friends are. I lost friends.
When you're down, it shows you. Yeah.
It really does. Yeah. And I had friends that had money that didn't even want to care. They almost laughed at me. And that's very sad to laugh at someone that was in need, that had kids that are that needed that. So
how did you bounce back? How did you? The Bang Energy happened.
Bang Energy happened. Right. And but look at this. The only thing I could do was do better and be better. Mm-hmm. That's all I could do. Mm-hmm. And I did. I was like, I'm gonna be nicer, be more caring, more loving. I'm gonna give back to my fans as much as I can, be more engaging to them. So I tried that, started doing that, started really trying really hard. 2 months went by. So from December 3rd till it was like February. I got blessed from Jack. I'm friends with Jack, for the owner of Bang. He blessed me and really helped me out. Gave me a good contract for a whole year. Set me up. I started making all this money. But in the universe, so I started making all this money. Oh, Bradley's back on track. Yeah, I can't be stopped. Woo, let's go. Like fucking A. Like I got back to that old Bradley. 2 months later, my Instagram gets hacked. The universe took it away from me. Because you're telling me, Bradley, this isn't the reason why. The money isn't the reason. This isn't going to fix you. This didn't fix you. The universe took my Instagram away. I didn't have it for 6 weeks. I lost 6 weeks of money. But I had enough money to survive. So I was like, okay. And so I lost the energy. I got my Instagram back. But I learned a lot during that 6 weeks about who Bradley is, what's important, what do I need to do. Kind of started changing my style up on how I was thinking, started being better and just better to my wanting to give back. Like what, because I knew this was a reason that I got it taken away for a reason, because I was like, just like, hell yeah. Like I was going to hotels, living life. You know what I mean? I was like, hell yeah. Like let's do this. Like but that's not important. Money isn't happiness. And I was still very lonely, like in the same time. So money doesn't create happiness. And that's what it taught me. It taught me that money does not create happiness. And so when that happened, it took it away and I started changing my rhythm. Then I started, when I got it back, I didn't spend any money anymore. I stopped spending it. I was like, oh no, I'm just saving this now. So then I started saving my money, and this then recently I found my love and passion, you know what I mean, with going to the spa, and my reason why I want to give back. My reason why of life, my reason here on earth is to help people all around me at every place I go. Every place I go, I'm talking to at least 10, 20 people at every place. Wow. I go to Costco and I'm just talking to all the people giving samples. I'm talking to the people going out. I'm talking to every worker there. I just want to change their light and brighten it up, because some people are just going through life without light, going through the motions, and I wanted them to remember me and go make the initiation. So that's my goal in life now, is just to initiate happiness, initiate initiate energy. Hello, hey, what's up? I teach people handshakes, web to web. A lot of people don't know how to do a proper handshake. I want to teach them that. A lot of people just don't want to talk. I want to tell them that, hey, I'm a nice guy in a tank top and a muscle looking guy. Be the change that people think is not that. So give them a better thought of the process.
So what's the next thing for you? What's the next thing for Brad? And also, are you starting a new company as far as supplements go, or something else?
I'm talking about starting something new right now in the talks of it. I have something that I want to create, maybe like something just not as crazy on what. So when I started the Castleberry Nutrition, and when I lost it, it was like products that, it was like protein, flavors of protein. The branding was all out of whack. It put me as a mascot, not an owner. It was like not what I'm about. They had a whole wrong branding behind it. I wasn't for it. They were very negative. I'm not wanting to ever be partners with anyone negative. That just don't want you. I'm a happy, upbeat guy. I should be a part of another happy, upbeat guy. Right. He doesn't need to be upbeat. He needs to be happy. As simple as that. He just needs to be happy with himself. So I wasn't even a part of it from the beginning. So the partnership only lasted like 4 months, and they got out of it. And they put me out at a point of right before Christmas. So that just actually describes to you the type of men they are. When they told me, hey, a week before this, they told me, hey, we're gonna redo our pay in January. I was like, okay, cool. Week later, hey, we're done. No good man does that when they are set on money. You know what I mean? Like it just describes who they are. But my goals for 2020 is I'm doing training programs. I want to help people with the way to do things, like sculpt their body. Not just, I'm going to do videos behind my training program. So it's not just like PDFs, say, hey, go up and down the stairs this many times, or hey, do a bench press. I want to teach people how to do a bench press properly, how to engage their core, do it light work and do it properly, and do it the right way. It's not about the weight you lift, it's how you lift. It's not about squatting a whole bunch of weight. It's about how you do the squat. Or a second ago, I was showing you our posture and how to have chin up, chest up. That posture needs to be on every machine, and how you adjust yourself before we go into a machine. And everything is the way you do it. And I want to help people prepare to do their workouts properly when they go into a gym. So that's my goal for 2020, is to help people with my ways, to teach them, because like I said, a lot of the ways people say are wrong are just because they're not understanding like the reasoning behind my way. So it's more, I want them to have mobility, flexibility in all the workouts that they do. So they're more able to have a better lifestyle and be able to reach up to the cabinet and grab that out of the thing, pick up a box without pulling your back or tearing a bicep. So having more of a body and a mobility body like myself, because I feel like I've done this long enough where, and I believe my expertise is at a high level where I would be selfish not to share this information. And my goal is to help people. And this is what I want to do this year, is just help people with bettering themselves.
Thank you so much, Brad. I want to wish you success.
Yes, thank
Great
you very
interview, man.
much.
Thank you so much, man.